Hi guys, Bolt here. Today we're checking out the Battle of Titans in the Steel Division 2 community. This is from the Olympics 1 vs 1 tournament, and today we're looking at Gozo versus Herr Robert. This is going to be quite crazy. So, Gozo is playing with the first Blandate Romania Mare with income Maverick, and the deck code for both of these guys will be down in the description, so go check it out. And Herr Robert is playing as the Panzeri Divisiona, also with Maverick income. So in terms of income, both of these boys are exactly the same. And once again, that deck code will also be down in the description, so go check it out. Today, we have a massive fight in this beautiful looking town. Really futuresque. Picturesque. I would definitely like living in a place like this. Actually, the area I live is kind of like this, but not. Alright, anyway, so on the left side we have Gozo, so we'll keep it in this kind of field again. Gozo, who is playing once again as the Blindata Romania Mare. I probably mispronounced and butchered that entire deck. He has a lot of pioneers, just a lot of infantry, including some anti-tank and a leader unit moving to the town, so anti-tank infantry. And on the right side, we have units that I am more familiar with, once, you know, since I've been playing with the Finnish, but not with Gonzo's division yet. But we got Kivari, we got some BAFC, the recon unit, we have some Lati boys, we got some more recon, some machine guns, and a bunch of Yakaris and machine guns. So he's really going for kind of like a mixed fighting force, with like recon and like machine guns and that kind of stuff. And Gozo, I think it's just planning to just get in there and rush all the way to Herr Robert's side. Now, at the top, so we have this giant plateau here again, so that's going to be interesting to look at. We have more pioneers, we have basically the same kind of thing, but together now with T-60s. And these are pretty fast tank destroyers. They're actually not too bad. They're pretty fun to play with. And we haven't really seen anything from Herr Robert just yet. So let's speed things up just a little bit here. There's probably some more preparation going on. So Gozo also has basically the same kind of unit composition here, going for probably either the hill or the northern side of the town. And we can see some more infantry being spawned in the north there. Now Robert is finally getting to it. He has some more Yakari, some more Lati units. A bunch of Yakaris going for that hill, and some Lati units there for the far northern side. Now, I personally, in Wargame Red Dragon, I love town fights, but since you can destroy all these buildings in Steel Division, I'm more of like a hybrid region fighter, if that makes any sense. So I like fighting in areas where you can take cover in tree lines, also have, you know, buildings to get into, but also some thick forests where you can hide in, and like hills to break the line of sight. I really like those kind of zones more compared to the flat town fight, which usually ends up in a lot of bombs and a lot of artillery, which is not a bad thing. Now, we are about to start here. We have T-28s, 75mm, some more Yakaris, Kivaris, quite a lot of units. So let's see what happens. We got Herr Robert spawning in a gladiator to see what is going on here on Gonzo's side. That's probably going to give him a scare because there's a lot of units moving up. There we go. Almost forgot to take on that thing again, and you guys would just be raging at me. Now, in terms of unit composition, I think Robert does have the upper hand here. He has some anti-tank, also some T-28s as well. But I do think the town fight is looking more, in general, in terms of units. It looks like Gozo does have more units. Here we go, we're about to have a town fight. The north is also looking good. I kind of don't really know what to look at. It looks like we're going to have a delayed fight in the north. Recon is going into the church. That's some Saving Private Ryan stuff right there. We got some anti-tank. Some units with a Panzerfaust as well. With SMGs, 6 rifles and 2 Brens. That is a pretty good setup. In the north, 25mm Hotchkiss from Gozo. Kind of fun to see those again. Almost took out that gladiator, and we're about to have a town fight. Which I think Gonzo will win because he has pioneers. So that is not going to be fun. Nothing happening in the town, so we're going to quickly go back here. We got a cluster bomber coming in for these T60s. It did not drop. Oh, it did drop. But it dropped on the wrong unit. Now, yeah, these two assault pioneers with the flamethrowers are just going to demolish. And they're basically go all of those Yakari. Pinned down, just gone. That's it. The leader was not close enough to save them. Nothing happening in the town. Got more Yakaris in the bushes here. But Robert really likes his Yakari, and Gonzo's doing really good with his pioneers. I don't know why Robert went for this kind of infantry setup. He's relying more on mechanized troops, I believe. T-28s are coming up as well. The 25mm, two of them are doing quite a bit of damage to the Blenheims. Robert makes the right decision here and decides to slightly fall back. Now on the hill we have more Yakari fighting against pioneers as well. Luckily the Yakari do have Molotov cocktails. But they are quick to get stunned by the sheer amount of infantry by Gonzo. The town is pretty calm so far, so the main fight is really up in the middle, where Gonzo does look like he's about to break through. T-28s are coming up, but it's not going to be a fun time for these guys with all these Panzerfausts. Now back up in the north, the hill is firmly in the control of Gonzo. The T-60s have come up. And that's going to start deleting units. And this is especially the region where I love fighting. As you can see, the town, there's not really much going on there. T-28 getting a direct hit on a T-60. Basically both of these guys trading hits. T-28 does manage to take out the T-60. Really nice bombing run there. Pinned down quite a few of those units. Now the AA guns here, together with the 75mm, will be a problem. So that basically means he can't use any planes, and he can't really move anything over this road. So already a really good position for this guy. As soon as he gets it on this hill here, the reinforcement is going to be cut off big time. Massive clustering of units here by Robert. We got Yakaris moving up. Only Yakaris once again. I'm really not sure about that unit composition, personally. Got a Ju-87 cluster coming in again. Wow, okay. I was gonna say it did not take out a T-60, but luckily it did. Luckily for Robert, that is. But he loses the Ju-87. Just from two of these Hotchkiss. That is really impressive. It's basically an oversized Bren, if you look at it. Yeah, it's just an it's just an oversized Bren rifle. Now a massive push being put together by Robert here. Yakari are just leading the charge. And I think that's what they're meant for. 20 points units. Kivaris are in the back together with some armor. Oh, there goes that Hork. The problem is though, as soon as Robert pushes over or outside of this tree line, there's so much fire support here. From this T4 and this Star 42. Got another Gladiator and Blenheim coming in. I wonder if this Blenheim should be able to survive. It's not looking too good. Oh, Blenheim might actually lose. Gladiator is taking some of the hits here. Well, no, there it goes. And there goes that. Now about 8 minutes have elapsed, but Gozo is firmly in the lead in general. He's only controlling one conquest zone extra, but he's about to capture this one, and I don't think there's really much that Robert can do to stop this assault. He has one AT gun and 2 of these light tanks, which is not exactly a heavy force. Now the Pioneers here do not have the firepower to go through this wall of Yakari, so that is one good thing that Robert has going for himself. And with that, he does capture back this little bit of a farmland. So it makes it back to 13-11. And seeing that immediately does spawn in more units to capture this position. Now this position is really exposed, and to capture this or hold it, you at least need one of the 2 hills. And I think that's what both of these players are really focusing on right now. T4 is about to go crazy on these Kivaris. Nothing happening in the town, and I'm kind of sad about it. One of the 2 players should be making a push here, but they know that as soon as they do it, it's gonna be already on their face. But there's like 2 zones here that are just barely capped by Gozo. 2 conquest points. Taking both of these would level the game. Like there's literally 3 conquest points that are barely in Gozo's reach. And I'm not quite sure why Robert is fixated on this hill too much. By doing so as well, by only buying these Yakaris and only the, the single unit every time, he cannot really handle the firepower and the combined arms of Gozo. Gozo has AA, he has anti-tank, he has like assault guns, he has mortars, he has everything going on for himself. But then her Robert, basically, he barely just bought a mortar and AA, but he only has Kivaris. They're not really gonna do much. It's kind of painful to see right now. There goes the poor recon unit. Poor guy. He was not ready. Now the 81mm, I think, is a little bit too late here. Again, nothing in the town. Very weird. If I were to play this game, and I know it is 20/20 hindsight, I would really focus heavily on this hill. Taking this hill would give you such an advantage. And the only... Robert is not focusing on the hill. Like, Gozo is about to take it with 1 infantry unit. If you have this hill, you can cut off the enemies, this entire zone right here. They will be forced to move all the way back there, which you can then cut off from here. So taking this gives them both the possibility to push here, but also to cut off the enemy right there. Now there comes a massive rain of artillery. And that is going to put the hill back in Gonzo's hands, because all of these units are about to get deleted. There goes the poor AT gun. Getting wrecked by infantry and a tank at the same time. Definitely not a fun time. And after that mortar rain, her Robert's units are very quickly fallen back. And that puts Gonzo at 16 conquest points versus Robert's 8 conquest points. Can he come back from this? I am not quite sure. Maybe if he were to attack from here. Because the problem is, all these mortars, they're gonna start raining down on this position. Yep, there you go. That's exactly what's happening. And all of this is going to be stunned, so moving more units into the area where the enemy has been attacking the entire time is not a good idea. Now the ISU 152, on the other hand, does do a really good job of destroying that AT gun. That was well played by Robert. And this is just a demonstration of why you need to take this hill here. It's a really good position here to take out all these units. There goes that T4. Infantry is about to get deleted. There is not much that can deal with this ISU. Now, finally seeing some activity in the town here. Gonzo moved up some Granatories. We got some recon units coming up. A TA also just standing still. Not quite sure if he is going to make a move or he's holding it as a precaution. Yikes, ISU blasting away. Now this guy is 130 points. But if it destroys like 4 or 5 units like this, you already made your money back. And that's already 2 of these guys taken care of. Now Robert does buy more infantry for the hill, which he should have done 10 minutes ago. But it'll be interesting to see if he can come back from this. Some T-37, T-34 76 is being spawned in, also an 85, BT-42, so finally he's going for some heavy armor. That is beautiful to see. ISU 152 is about to unleash on something. Can he manage, or will he get clapped? Well, he destroyed that 75. Well played there. There you go, this is what I meant. With all of this fire support, everything here will just get wrecked. Gonzo does respond by spawning in the Panzer IV-H, which does have a decent gun, 75mm. It will have trouble with the 85, but 76s... 76s won't be a problem. The 85, that's gonna be a tricky one. It has 135mm pen, but that front armor is definitely its Achilles heel. One shot from the 85 and it's gone. Now 76s and BT-42s also moving up into town. Gonzo has opened up his assault and is just charging over with all of his guys that have 2 machine guns each. Which, yeah. It basically tells you that Robert can't really do much, and he decides to call it. Now, definitely a good try. I would say Gonzo just did good in general by using combined arms. Robert was too fixated. It's like playing this... It's like a horse with those eye flaps. He was too fixated on that far northern hill and did not do anything in the town or in the middle hill until it was too late. And that's just not a good idea in general. Yeah, in terms of kill list, here you go. I don't know if this actually makes sense, because we're looking at it from the Panzerdivisiones point of view. But yeah, that was interesting. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this match. This was round 1. I am going to quickly go to round 2 because I'm actually looking forward to seeing how this is gonna end. So if you enjoyed it, please do like, comment, and sub, and I'll see you guys back in the next one. Bye bye.